Welcome to In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian. And today we have with us special guest
Jessica.
Yay! Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you.
For our listeners who may not be in the aware, what is your position here, Jessica?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Adrian. I am the branch outreach and programming specialist. I just started here in July, and I'm really happy to be on your podcast. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you too. I think I can't wait for you to share all the fun things you're doing and what you think of the library. I think this is a very exciting guest for us to have today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have questions right away, Adrian? Are we going into programming? What's your thoughts?
I do.
Okay.
So,
Here it is.
Jessica, you work with students, correct?
That's right.
What is your favorite flavor of gum to find underneath of chairs and desks?
Wow, that is not a question I was anticipating. My favorite flavor would be none. No gum at all.
ABC, no ABC gum for you.
Oh, no thanks. No. I'm not Buddy the Elf.
And I know you just said you recently started here, and welcome. What is your favorite thing about working for the library system so far, for the Monroe County Library System?
Goodness, that's a tough one. It's a dream job, honestly. I love everything about it. I love all the different people I get to meet and work with. I'm getting to know so many more people. I love the books. It's my happy place. And I just love every day looks different. I don't ever have the same sort of a day. So I get to be really creative and have a lot of fun. And the people I work with are fantastic. So everyone's been really welcoming and really kind and made me feel like I just belong right on in here. So it's been really nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we are so happy to have you. You are doing great things. You're doing awesome things. So we can do one more question from Adrian, and then you can talk a little bit about some of the great events you're doing.
Cool.
Adrian,
Sounds good.
Why is it called shipping if it goes by truck, but cargo when it goes by ship?
That's a really great question. I can't answer that. I'll have to go.
Cargo should probably be going by car, right? Cargo.
Cargo, go by car. So what would shipment be called then?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. If it's not limited to just a ship, I don't know.
You wanted to tell us about what you do.
So I've got a lot of programs going on right now. A few, I shouldn't say a lot. I've got a few programs going on right now. My newest, and I know you guys can see this, but our listeners cannot, is our Book Trekkers program. So this is a walking book club with a nature theme for adults. We meet the second Wednesday of each month. And right now we're meeting at White Park. And come November through April, we'll be meeting here at the Bedford Branch Library. And we'll be walking in the woods behind the library over to Indian Creek Park. So it's a pretty cool way to get outside and meet new people. We all read different books about anything nature. So whatever your jam is, maybe it's plants, herbology, gardening, animals, maybe it's astronomy, maybe it's something completely different. All are welcome. And so we walk and then we talk and then we share books and swap ideas. We've had one meeting so far and we had a really good turnout. There were, I think, 6 or 7 of us there. So hopefully we'll have more next month. So that's Book Trekkers.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really fun.
If I could interrupt for just one second. Because you go out in nature.
That's right.
Which trees are the most talkative?
I don't know. Maybe the oak trees, but they told me a corny joke.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. He fits right in. Not the whispering willows.
What you got to say to that, Adrian?
It felt a little wooden, but I'll take it.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so that's Book Trekkers.
Did you say what time? Did you say what time you meet?
1 o'clock. No, sorry. Wait, scratch that. That was the other.
I'm sorry. You might have
so much good. This one is 9:30 to 11:30.
And you might have said that 9:30 in the morning, second Wednesday. Also, don't forget, you can always go online to mymcls.com events calendar and look up anything, or just call the branch, call the Bedford Library and ask what time, or make sure, just to double check. But yeah, 9:30.
That's right. And we still have quite a few flyers and a big poster up just when you walk in. So if you're not sure, you can always grab one of those to have it too, because I can't even remember. So take a flyer. Yeah. yeah, so that's Book Truckers. And then I have a homeschool book club going on as well. So that would be for our homeschool families and homeschool friends. And that is the one that meets at 1:00 on the second Thursday of each month. And so we have a different theme every month, and we're all about building community and having fun and learning all together. And so we have a different topic every single month, and we do read alouds, we do book project sharing. We might play a game or do a craft or make something. So yeah, it's different. Every single month is different. And last month, our topic was animals. And so we went outside and it was really cool. The kids found all kinds of wildlife out back. We found tiny frogs, just the size of your thumb. We found all kinds of different insects and bugs and little woodland creatures, and we made bird feeders. So it's just a really fun, laid back way for our homeschooling families to get involved with the library.
I love that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
can I ask a quick question?
No. Yes.
Not you.
So for homeschooling, what is the average graduation rate of the homes?
Can you provide more clarity to that question?
Say you're schooling a neighborhood and there's 10 houses. How many of those houses are likely to graduate?
Oh, 12.
More than you started with. I'm impressed.
That's right. Yeah. Pretty amazing, right?
That's how it works at the library. You just bring them all in.
Bring them all in.
Oh, and then you're also doing, in between all of your other programs and stuff, I know you're seeing a lot of classes coming through from the middle school.
Well, and I also, Marsha, I think you started Books on Tap.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I have inherited that, and I'm so glad I have. I would be so sad without Books on Tap. So we've had, 2 meetings now since I've taken this position, and we have a huge turnout. So last month, not so much, because our meeting was the very first day of Bedford's school. A lot of moms and teachers were really exhausted. But I think at our meeting in July or August, we had over 20 people. Yeah. So a lot of familiar faces. I was a teacher in Bedford for about 15 years before I took some time off to homeschool and then started here at the library. So I knew a lot of the people in that group, which was really fun to connect with some old friends. We meet the first Tuesday of the month at 7:00 at Quimby's in Lambertville. So Marsha, thank you for getting that room all set up. We have a big space back behind the bar, and we order food and some beverages, and we talk books, and
it's so fun. And you're so wonderful, and it is so fun.
It is. I miss it so fun. Yeah, and it's more than just talking about books. Like, we really dive deep and connect, and it's really a great community support too. Yeah, so I love the Books on Tap
and the food and drinks, and
food. Yeah,
atmosphere. It's wonderful. So I love that you're doing that.
It's really cool. And then also, people will stop me because on my way in, I'm pulling a rolling cart, and I have books in my arms, and so I'm kind of like the flyer fairy, and I'm passing out flyers to people as they're dining, and
because they want to know what's going on, right? They
want to know what's happening.
They want to join yet, but they want to know more about it, So
so it's been a really cool way.
Table next to you. So how wonderful! What a great way to reach out! What a great way to reach out to people. I love that.
Yes. And then I have a couple. I'm not going to say what they are yet because they're in the works, but I have some surprise programs that I'm just starting to work on. We probably won't see them till at least after the first of the year. So stay tuned. There's more fun coming. Yes, to the Bedford.
I love that. Any hints as to the ages, or is it for all ages or adults, or?
Well, there are 3 different things I'm kind of spinning. So one of them is going to be definitely for adults and perhaps older teens / young adults.
Okay.
And then another one is going to be for middle school through high school. And the third one is going to be for families, but probably more adult focused interest.
Okay. Wonderful. So a little bit of everything. I always say we have something for everyone at every day, at every branch. So just get online and see what fits you.
That's right. Yes.
That's kind of the other beauty of this job. You said it earlier, but I love that we can just bring our own interests and our own talents, because if you think, man, I would love to do this, then someone else probably loves to do it too. And I'm always encouraging patrons of that too, because they get caught in the stigma of the library, but I always say, what would you like to see here? We We want to hear what you want to see here. So if you are listening to this and you are like, you know, what would be really cool? Zen Doodle. Let's bring back a Zen Doodle program that, you know, just put it there. And someone else probably wants to do it too. So
that's right.
Love that. I love that about this job and this library in general.
I do too. Yes. And it's so cool. I can go from, you know, reading a picture book with a 5-year-old in homeschool book club to walking through the woods in nature. You're talking about ecology and biology and botany. And then I'm at Quimby's having a drink and talking about lessons in chemistry. So, I mean, it's just the coolest job.
We learn something new every day, for sure.
Yes.
And I also think your ties, like wearing many hats, I think it's great. I love that you've been in every facet where you've been a teacher, you've been a homeschooler, you've been a mom, you've been a patron. I always think like all of those things just make you such an asset here, because you really have been in every position. And, you know, and you can kind of read, like you said, what you would like, or what has worked in the past, or what would be something great. So it's really great to step into that role and just hitting the floor running, which you have. It's been fun for sure.
Yes. And Adrian, you mentioned my class visits. So a really cool thing that I'm really happy to be doing is partnering up with the Bedford High School and the Bedford Junior High School and inviting them on over to the library. And I know, Marsha, you did this because all the kids are looking at me like, you're not Marsha. Where'd she go? But it's been really cool to be able to extend that and have the classes over. So this week has been my first week of junior high class visits. And so they have come on over and they're learning about the library. They're getting their library cards. They're getting to go search for books. And my goal really is just to instill a love of the library and a love of learning. So they will keep coming back to us.
I love that. I love how you phrase that. I used to say, we want to trick them into reading.
Yeah.
But yours was so much more poetic. I was like, we want to trick them into coming and trick them into reading. And look at you. You're like, let's
right. Well, that's right. Well, they come and, you know, we play a game and they get a sticker and a piece of candy, and, you know, then they get to find, then you attach that. It's like exercise, right? You attach it to something that you love. Like, I don't know, a special smoothie or something after the workout. You get, and I
love that sidewalk has been put in just so that they have a path to come back and forth. And it's such a wonderful partnership, the school and the library. Like it is like, you know, goes together like, you know, peanut butter and jelly, and so I love those connections, and I love that you are nurturing that and instilling that in students and teachers too, teachers alike. And again, you can relate. You were a teacher, so you can say, you know what would be great for you guys to use there. You know, so I feel like you're really perfect for this. So
it's a lot of it's a learning curve, but you know, I feel like you've said a lot of my experiences have prepared me. So
Yep, it seems perfect. Adrian, do you have another burning question in there? I feel like he's been kind of quiet for a while.
If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, which song are you listening to?
Ooh, just one song, not an entire album?
Just one.
Can I think for a moment on this?
I suppose.
Okay.
We'll revisit what song it is that Jessica would listen to.
Let's go with Taylor Swift, The Lakes.
Good old T Swizzle.
That's a deep cut, though. I don't know how many of our listeners are going to.
I don't know. It's a hot topic now. Swifties in the NFL. It's all nice. It seems very topical that you would bring up T Swift this week.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Why not Swifties? Swifties in the NFL unite.
Yes.
Football meets.
Okay. Gonna ask you one more quick question, okay?
Okay.
If you were to glow, what color would you prefer to glow?
Is this multiple choice or is it open-ended?
Whichever color you would prefer to glow.
Rainbow.
Oh, I love that.
Because I love all the colors. I can't pick just one.
That's the indecisive person's answer.
I know. Like, I would want to go like a mood ring. You know what I mean? Like red when I'm like, wouldn't that be a horrible thing? Where it just like gives away your aura, gives away your mood. Like
that is cool. Yes. I want to change my answer to that.
That's what I was thinking for me. Like maybe my glow should reflect my mood and people can walk a wide circle or come right up. What's your color, right. Adrian? What's your glow color?
Well, I'm thinking if it's like a mood ring, I'm just going to be glowing black the whole time. So it's fine.
Black, that's your somber. Mood ring works for you too. Somber.
I have a question for Adrian now. Does black actually glow though?
You know, in a magical world where people glow colors, yes.
Okay.
You could shimmer. You could shimmer. T Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any more programs that you wanted to share? Or you talked a little bit about what you were reading when you were talking about nature books and books on tap. What are you reading right now? Probably a lot because you are talking about a lot of books.
Yes. So, well, okay. Let me see. Well, I'll show you guys.
Look at her go. Yeah,
So, I'm reading this is actually a YA novel right now. It's called A Heart in a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. So I'm reading that. I need to get better versed in my YA repertoire. I'm finding. So it's
your homework. It's your job homework.
Yes. It explores trauma and weaves a story of trauma in with a passion for running. And there's some geography thrown in there. So really interesting. I'm listening to, The Only Plane in the Sky. It's an oral history of September 11th, the attacks that happened on September 11th. And it's incredibly powerful, very moving, difficult at times to listen to. It's, I think, hundreds of different people's oral accounts in their own voices of that day and in the day leading up to and the days after. So I'm listening to that. And then I'm also reading The Nightingale, Kristen Hanna book.
Is that for Books on Tap?
Yes, that one's for Books on Tap.
That group loves Kristen Hanna, so that'll be a great discussion.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. That's my favorite genre, historical fiction. So reading that, and what else? I know I have one more spinning. Can't think of it right now.
You have books all over too, like one up, one in your bedroom, one in your,
Yes.
I feel like I have books everywhere, and then sometimes I mix up the storylines because
a little bit.
Hey, I thought he died. Oh no, wait, that's the other book I'm listening to.
Yes. Oh, I know what it is. It's called Nature on the Doorstep. It's a collection of letters that a woman wrote during the COVID lockdown, and they're very light, and it's very good because with this trauma-based YA book and the 9/11 oral histories and the Nightingale,
you need something a little bit lighter.
Yeah, I've been quite down.
You've been glowing lately. Black. You've been glowing black as well. You and Adrian.
Yes. It's truly just her observations in the form of letters of the wildlife in her backyard during the COVID lockdown. So
that's perfect. And that's perfect for truckers too, right? You can discuss that with truckers. So
yeah, that's right. So it's the antics of the squirrels and the birds and all the little delights in life and in nature. So.
That feels very Snow White-ish. I love it. I love it. I need a little happy moment here from all of this draining reading.
That's right. Yes.
Adrian, do you have any other programs to share at Bedford there while you're up? I have a couple I'm going to share from here, but do you have anything else going on that you want to share?
I've got 2 programs coming up. October 16th, we will be having a presentation on cryptids coming up, decrypting the cryptids. So come and check that one out. And then that same week on the 19th, we've got the Capitol Women featuring, yes, we'll be having a presentation on Capitol Women who've served in the Michigan Capitol.
That's cool. That's cool. Whatever you just heard right now was amazing. That was great. That was wonderful, Adrian. Great sharing.
Thanks. I try.
I'm going to share a few things happening here at the Ellis Library and Reference Center. And I was trying to kind of go in order, but I feel like I'm going to be all over the place. But next week or this week, by the time you're listening to this, it'll be next week. October 11th at 10 a.m. is the I Love a Mystery Book Club. All mystery reads. That's also a huge group. This is a book club that I've recently been joining and will possibly be leading beginning next year. So I've been telling people about that. I love a mystery. It's very murdery. That's kind of in my wheelhouse. I like murdery books. On Thursday, October 12th, in the evening at 7 o'clock, is the Boy General in Bronze, A History of a Statue. If you remember last week, we talked to Charmaine from here, and she mentioned that. They're going to talk about the Monroe history of the Custer statue, and that is happening on Thursday, October 12th. On Tuesday, October 17th, this made me think of you, Jessica. There is a adult book club that meets here that's called 1,000 Hours Outside, and they are reading books. So the one they're going to talk about in October is The Wild and Free Family, Forging Your Own Path to a Life Full of Wonder, Adventure, and Connection. So they are also focusing on spending time outside. We have outside story times. We have outside this book, and this is book club for adults. It meets once a month, and it's October 17th. And then I will be mentioning this one again, but I have Jackie and Gary come in again to singing all the good old songs on Friday, November 3rd at 1 o'clock. They're coming in the afternoon. And I already have had like a great response of people. I have some people who are carpooling, who are bringing a bus. I'm like, it's a great time to come see me, get a tour. These guys are great. They've been coming. If you're listening and you're from Bedford, you know that they've been coming like once a year for the last 10 years to Bedford. So they have a little bit of a cult following. So come on over, everybody. Come visit me at Ellis and see Jackie and Gary on Friday, November 3rd at 1 o'clock. And that's all I really had for now. Although, Adrian, I'm going to do another Fast Five for you. I know you always you don't like to talk about yourself, but yes, get ready. Here we go. Favorite cereal?
I don't eat cereal.
Boring. Earliest memory?
I don't know if it's a true memory, but I have visions of someone very tall standing over me when I was in a crib, but that's probably more of a dream thing. Probably the first day of kindergarten where I was afraid of all of the big people.
It is traumatic when you think about it. They're just babies. When I see those little babies now, I was like, well, no wonder. Babies. Nicknames. Do you have any nicknames, Adrian?
Bucket, child.
Two separate words, bucket and child, or bucket child?
Yeah, two separate words.
Okay. Do we get context? I kind of know about bucket.
I get called you idiot a lot.
I do love a child. That is one of my favorite when you sign it and write that a child. Like that's really cute. But bucket, do we get to know more about bucket, or is it a mystery?
Oh, Christopher Robin as well.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. What about bucket? I'm so intrigued. Are you sharing more? That's it. Just let the mystery.
Nope. Let your imagination play with that one.
All right, bucket. I like it. And what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were young? We know you've had a bajillion jobs, but what did you want to be when you grew up?
Magician.
Okay. I could see that. I think you'd be really good at that.
Nope.
And yes, you would. And your favorite kind of shoe to wear, if any.
No one can see these right now, but I am wearing
the Converse.
Green Chuck and an orange Chuck.
Oh.
That's why I brought up shoes, because you always have very unique shoes or mismatched or fun shoes on. And those are very colorful. So those are fun. All right, there's your Fast Five for Adrian this week, so you can learn more about Adrian. And Jessica, anything else that you'd like to share with our listeners about yourself or the library, or anything you think that they need to hear when they're tuning in?
I think we covered it. You guys did a great job covering it. Yes, thank you for having me on. I'd like to thank you both for inviting me on as a guest, and come on out to Book Trekkers and join us out walking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you, Jessica, and this is gonna infuriate and alienate most of our listeners, but I have 3 fast questions for you. Okay.
I'm not good at these. Okay.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Oh, see, you've just alienated all the cat lovers. That's okay.
I didn't say I didn't like cats, but if I only could choose one, that's what I choose.
Does pineapple go on pizza?
Absolutely.
Okay. And last but not least, favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate with peanut butter.
Okay, there you go.
Good.
Leave us comments blaming everyone down in the comment section below.
All you cat lovers out there, take your aim, Jessica. Get your claws out. That's really funny. That's great. And don't forget, share this with your friends and let them know what's going on at the library. And everybody tune in and come and visit us. Come and visit any library soon. Today, as a matter of fact. What are you doing today? Get out there and go to the library. I'm sure there's something going on.
Yes, it's a good day to go to the library.
Or you can go for a walk, or you can go to Books on Tap. I mean, it's at Quimby's. Like, you don't even have to darken the doors of the library. It's Quimby's for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's right. You could walk to Quimby's and combine.
Right. And you got to eat. And you got to eat sometimes.
Right.
You have no excuse to not go to Books on Tap at Quimby's. None whatsoever.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I hope I get to come on again sometime soon.
Yay, thank you. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Bye.
This has been In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian, and our special guest,
Jessica.
Yay!
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.